Okay, let's be real. If you're a student, you know this feeling all too well. You've got a mountain of work, a whole ocean of distractions, and a clock that just seems to tick faster and faster. But what if the solution isn't just trying harder? What if it's about having a smarter system? Well, today we're going to explore exactly how AI can help you build one. Does this feel a little familiar? You sit down, you're ready to study, you've got all the best intentions, but somehow your phone just ends up in your hand, and before you know it, poof, an hour is just gone. Look, you're not alone, and this is the exact problem we're going to tackle today. So let's meet Rahul. He's a pretty typical college student. On the left, that's his grand plan. Productive, healthy, super ambitious. But on the right, yeah, that's his reality. It's a cycle of scrolling, watching random videos, and that feeling we all know, last-minute panic. That gap between these two columns, that's where all the frustration lives. And this is the classic trap, right? That promise that tomorrow will be different. That tomorrow you'll just magically have more willpower. But here's the thing, without a change in your strategy, tomorrow just ends up being a repeat of today. It's a procrastination loop that is incredibly hard to break out of. Eventually, you just run out of tomorrows. For Rahul, it all came to a head. He had an exam looming, an assignment that was already late, and absolutely zero prep done. That feeling of being completely and totally overwhelmed, that was his breaking point. That was the moment he knew something had to fundamentally change. And this was the big aha moment. Rahul realized it wasn't a time problem, it was a system problem. It's not that he didn't have enough hours in the day, he just didn't have a framework to manage them. This one little shift in perspective, it changed everything. So with this new mindset, Rahul started his journey. And step one wasn't about some complicated productivity hack. Nope, it was just about getting a clear diagnosis of the problem and creating a simple, basic plan to get started. He didn't overthink it at all. He just opened up ChatGPT and was completely honest. He just laid it all out there. And honestly, this is a great reminder that the first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be taken. So, what was the AI's first piece of advice? It wasn't some magic solution. It was a mirror. See, before you can manage your time, you've got to know where it's actually going. The suggestion was super simple. For one day, just track everything. No judgment, just data. The AI provided the mirror, but Rahul still had to do the hard part. He had to actually look into it. And the results? They were pretty shocking. After just one day of tracking, Rahul found a raw, unavoidable number, 3 to 4 hours. Just gone, every single day. Just seeing that number was the wake-up call he couldn't ignore anymore. It kind of makes you wonder, right? How many hours would you find? And this chart just brings it all to life. That big slice for distractions, 17%, is actually bigger than the time he was spending on productive work. When you see your day laid out like this, you realize that even tiny changes to that distraction slice can have a massive, massive impact. Okay, so now Rahul knew the problem. It was time to actually fight it. In this next step, he started using the AI to get specific, actionable tactics to win those daily battles against procrastination. The AI suggested a classic, and for good reason, the Pomodoro technique. It's absolutely brilliant because it makes it so much easier to just get started. I mean, come on, anyone can focus on one thing for just 25 minutes. It's not about studying for 3 hours straight, it's about starting one 25-minute block. This is how you beat that I don't feel like it monster. Next up, the AI introduced the concept of MITs, or most important tasks. The whole idea is to escape that long, overwhelming to-do list. Instead, you just ask yourself, if I only get 3 things done today, what will make the biggest difference? It just brings so much clarity and focus to your day. All right, now we're getting to the really powerful part. Step 3 is all about weaving these individual tactics, like Pomodoros and MITs, into a consistent daily system. It's about creating a routine that basically runs on autopilot. So Rahul went back to the AI, but this time with a much more specific request. He wasn't just asking for tips anymore. He was asking for a blueprint. He asked the AI to build him a full, time-blocked schedule based on his own needs. And here's what that looks like. A time-blocked schedule gets rid of that constant draining question of, what should I do next? The decisions are already made for you. You just have to execute the plan. And notice how it even builds the Pomodoro sessions right into the schedule. This is how you automate your productivity.
But look, a great system is totally useless if you don't stick with it. So the final step is about turning that system into a lasting habit. And the key to that? It's creating a feedback loop so you're always improving.
This is such a pro move. Every single Sunday, Rahul checked in. He treated the AI like a personal coach, asking it to analyze his week and suggest some tweaks. This kept his system from getting stale and made sure he was always adapting and getting just a little bit better.
And just look at the results. It wasn't some overnight miracle, right? It was a steady, week-by-week transformation. From just getting started in week 1 to feeling in complete control by week 4. This timeline just goes to show you that consistent, small steps, they lead to massive changes.
And in the end, Rahul's conclusion is almost the same as his initial realization. But now it's backed by confidence. He proved himself right. It was always a system problem, and now he finally had a system that actually worked for him.
So, what does this all mean for you? Let's boil Rahul's journey down into a practical toolkit that you can start using, like, right after you finish this. So here's the breakdown of what we really learned. Think of AI as your personal time management team. It's your planner, your time tracker, your procrastination buster, your prioritizer, and your coach, all rolled into one. It's like having this multi-talented assistant ready to help you build a better system. But this brings us to the most important takeaway of all. The AI provides the system, but you have to build the discipline. It can offer you the plan, but you are the one who has to take the action. It's a partnership. The AI is the architect. You are the builder. So that brings us to our final question. We've shown you the blueprint. We've given you the tools. The AI is ready to help you design your system. The only question left is, how are you going to build the discipline to make it real?
एक कदम विकसित भारत की ओर।